Hey, Tyler Perry Oval fans, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we were talking about his comedy drama, The Oval, Season 3, Episode 21, Ugly Politics. And these politics are ugly. Now, I'm so confused. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up with Sisters, because I thought that this was like the last episode. Well, I thought it said 2 more episodes for this as well. So I thought this was a season finale or something, but I guess I was wrong because they showed us previews for next week. Anyhow, before we get started, do me a favor. If you are not a subscriber as of yet for my channel, please take a moment right now and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell. It'll let you know. Oh, and select all. And then it'll let you know every time I upload any new content to my channel. Then I ask that you smash that like button, write a comment, and share the video. So that's subscribe, like, comment, and share. Now let's get on with this. Alrighty. So, I don't know what I felt about this episode. It wasn't slow, that's for sure, but it was okay. I just wish it was a little bit more. I don't know. Some of the scenes, I didn't know what it was all about. But anyway. So it starts off with Hunter's asking Victoria, what the hell did she do? What you do? What you do? He's shaking her. And she said, I did what had to be done. And he said, they will find out if you killed him. She said, I would never do that. I wouldn't do that. He just started spitting up and choking her, something like that. He said, she's like, hold me. People are watching. He's like, girl, get off of me, And then she told him that you need to be thanking me. He said, thanking you for what? For killing your son, thanking him because if he hadn't brought that whore into the White House, she wouldn't have never gotten killed, and we wouldn't have never had to go through all this, and your son wouldn't have killed her. She making up all this craziness. So all of a sudden, the doctor comes out there and says, sorry, your son didn't make it. Victoria pretends to faint when the doctor says that, and Hunter moves and let her hit the floor. And he walks away, leaving her down on the floor. And the doctor's just down there with her looking like, what the hell? He just left. Now, people are watching, and he did that. That should make some news, because that was funny. And so they show Richard, he in there talking to his little spoiled idiot of a son, trying to get him to understand what's happening. They're outside the house now. Remember, he pushed him out down the steps. He said, you want me to sit and break bread with this guy who is screwing Sharon? First of all, Barry, she was Kareem's girlfriend first. Then she went to you. Then she went back to him. And you wasn't married to her. You don't have no kids with her. So what are you making a big deal? It's a girlfriend. Let it go. And so Richard's saying, yes, I want you to get in there. Now get in there and act like a man. He said, okay. Fine. That's what you want me to do? Yeah. Okay, I'll go in there when you sit down and have dinner with the man mommy was having an affair with. See, Richard should have punched him in his mouth then. That's what he should have did at that point. He was really, really very nice. And he was like, oh, okay. I get it. He said, oh, yeah, you're silent now. That's Barry puffing and stuff at his dad. You silent now. I said, how dare he? He said, now what you don't get, though, is that this is my damn house. And I'm your damn father. He said, now take your ass in there and act like a grown man. And here we go again. Well, you don't get is that I am a grown man. He said, oh, you are? He said, okay, then grown man, find a place to live. I said, oh, snap. He's like, okay, I will. He said, he started going inside. He said, no, where you going, grown man? He said, I'm going to get my stuff. He said, you ain't got nothing in there that I didn't buy. So now, what is that you young people say? Bounce. He told him to bounce. I was like, I said, okay, Richard, that was a good one. Barry had nothing to say. He got mad. He was pouted. He looked like he wanted to cry and walk off and kick some dirt or something, or kick a rock. He was so pissed. So then Richard gets in there, and Kareem tells Richard, I can leave. And he said, no, you're staying. Your life is in danger. And Sharon's feeling, oh, it's all my fault for going to the White House to meet you, Mr. Richard. He said, what, when you went to help me with Barry? And he's like, then Kareem and his dumb behind go out there and say, oh, so this is all Barry's fault. Nancy looked at him and said, young man, don't do that. And Richard was like, not at this table. And Dale goes, this cake is good. Nancy's like, thank you. I said, Dale is funny. He said, this cake sure is good. Trying to change the subject, I guess. I don't know. So, Kareem told them that the Secret Service took him to the top of the Washington Monument, all 55 floors, and hung him upside down. Isn't that like in the Five Heartbeats when Big Red hung what's his name out the window? Anyway, out the balcony. But anyway, he got him upside down and he said if he talks or say anything to him, they will bring him back up there and push him through that little door and say that he committed suicide and his son will grow up without a father. Boy, they got him shook. Kareem was shook. But Kareem should have been at the table saying all of this wouldn't be happening so much if he didn't be stupid and go to the precinct after Sharon and Dale told him not to say anything. See, he don't admit that he messed up and did his part. Right, y'all? Hello? Somebody put it down in the comment section. Am I wrong? I know I'm right about this. So Richard says he's going to go call Sam, because Sam will help him with this. And, Kareem's questioning things and asking questions. I don't blame him. He has a right to ask. So he told Kareem he could help him. But Kareem don't think so. So anyway, then they showing Sam. Sam is shot in his side and he's on the floor and he tried to reach the doorknob. Now, this is supposed to be a safe, secure place. How that doorknob fall off that easily? How that daggone doorknob fall off that easily? That looks so flimsy. He's like, oh, but he said Kyle shot the doorknob off. I said, how could he do that? I mean, how many bullets he have? He ain't got that many bullets in that one little gun. You know what I mean? Anyway, because he only has one and Sam has two. So he tries to reach the door, and Kyle shoots again. And Sam tries to use a cell phone, but of course he remembers there's no service down there. And then there's a wall phone up there, but it's up so high on the wall that Sam needs to get up to reach it. And to get up and reach it, he would have to, Kyle would probably shoot him. That's the only way he could reach him if he get up. And he's telling Kyle he don't have any bullets left. And Kyle is telling him he gonna bleed out if he don't hurry up and get that phone and call somebody. And then they both turned over the tables to hide behind. Kyle is hiding behind his bed, because it's metal or something. I don't know. Anyway, then they got Eli and Simone. They discussing that Jason died. And he's like, it's not in the press yet. How you know? And she's like, don't worry. I know. I guess she got connection, somebody there. And she said she did it. And Eli's like, he can't believe that, Victoria. No mother would kill their own child. And Simone is like, it's telling him. She's like, do you understand? She ain't no caring mother. She's like, she can tell by the batshit crazy in her eyes. I said, oh, damn. What is that? The batshit crazy? I never heard that before. And he said, look, she said, you don't believe me? Look at me. He said, I believe you, but I don't want to. And he says he needs to call Sam because something's wrong. He hadn't heard from him. He should have been back there by now. I think he was supposed to bring Kyle and he wasn't back. So then we got Priscilla. She's speaking with Alan and she tells him the plan that they working with the VP and he's going to lay down all the facts about the president and the first lady to the Senate. And then they're going to, after they have all the facts, they're going to invoke the 25th Amendment and they're going to get him out of office. And Alan doesn't, of course, think it's going to work. And neither do I, to be honest. And that they, Alan saying, these people, I've been in meetings with them and everything. I've sat there, I listened to them, I know them. They require loyalty from everybody. And if you're not loyal, they'll kill you. And his tone is like not very nice. He's kind of funky with Priscilla, and Priscilla's like, you know what? They can't kill all of us. She said, that's the best reason to help because they can't kill all of us. He said, no disrespect, but I don't care about anybody else other than my damn self. He don't care nothing about all of them. He care about himself. I was like, I hear you. And she said, okay, let me go make you some tea, coffee, and then it was tea. And he's like, I don't want any, but for some reason, I don't know why she did that, but that's what she wanted to do. Anyway, so they got Lily sitting on the couch and she chatting with Max, which is very rare. We know that he's right. Bobby is in love with her. And Max asked her if she felt the same way about him. And she avoided that damn question. He asked her again. And she started telling him about someone she knows and trusts in Vermont. And no one knows about him. And he's like, are you sure? And she's like, nobody knows. He said, you sure your husband don't know? She said, yes. He said, how are you sure? Because we don't talk or text or email each other. I just go away on vacation. He was like, and you think nobody knows? She's like, no, they don't. So she tells Max that she don't want Bobby to know. And he said, you don't think I'm gonna tell Bobby this? She's like, look, you're all I got, and I don't want you to tell Bobby. So they talking, and he's telling her to be quiet. And you hear the shower running, and he's telling her to be quiet. He's getting out of the shower. And she's like, no, the water's still running. All of a sudden, he's like, shh. Then all of a sudden, Bobby walks by. I fell out. I was like, this is so crazy. And then Bobby goes back, and he's like, shh, don't say nothing. He's telling Lily to stay quiet. And then he goes back in the bathroom, and then he could tell he's in the shower now. She said, how do you do that? He said, I could tell by the vibration in the water. I said, oh, shoot, the way the water is on the back. She said, I can't tell that. He said, because that's part of our damn training, honey. You ain't supposed to be able to tell that, you know. So Max said, look, I'm not going to tell him. And she said, oh, good. She said, that's because you're going to tell him. He said, if you don't tell him, Bobby will, if you don't tell Bobby, he said, he will look for you forever. He will be hunted around trying to find you. And he didn't want that. He said, tell him you want to move on and you have a safe haven somewhere that you want to go. That way he would stop looking for her if she left. Okay, then what else happened? Agent Griplin, he shows up to Donald's house and he asks for an update on Kyle. But how does he know what went down? Because Griplin told just what happened. What we saw is what Griplin told, and then said, I can't get in though, but Sam is down. How does he know Sam is down? And he said he can't get in because the VP has the code. So Donald's like, dang, this is ridiculous. So then he was like, you know what? That's okay. He said, I need Kyle to bring Lily to me because she thinks she's untouchable and stuff. He said, and I want her to know that I can still get at her. So he was telling Griplin he was a hammer, but Kyle is more of I forgot what he said, something else. He's a hammer and something else. So you have to know how to work both sides. And Griplin's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. He said, no, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing being a hammer. So he said, but I'll need you to do something else for me later. And it was something about his assistant. It was something about Alan. But before he said that, he did say something to him about, you know what, maybe we need to leave them in there for a while and let them kill each other. Maybe they'll shoot and kill each other, huh? And he's looking at Griplin to see, get a reaction out of him. And Griplin's just like looking dead, like, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just all that yes, sir stuff. Anyway, so Donald tells him that that his assistant Alan moved some things around in his desk, and he thinks, I don't know. He said, I'll call you and let you know when I need you for that. So he's like, okay, yes, sir, and he leaves. Then they got Bobby. He comes out of the shower, and he and Lily, they talk, and he tries to trick her into saying what she and Max talked about. And Max had already warned her that he was going to try to do that. He already knew what he was going to do and try to trick her. And she was like, he kept saying, oh yeah, Max told me, he called me while I was in the shower and all this stuff. And she was like, then you go first and tell me what he told you. But he couldn't. He's like, no, you go first and all of that. So she tricked him and said something like she was pregnant. And he said, yeah, see, I was going to ask you how many months. She said, fool, I ain't pregnant, you know. So she got mad and pissed at him because she said he's playing games and he lied to her. So how could she trust him? And he was standing there going, I'm sorry. But she didn't want to hear it at that point. She's like over him right now. She forgetting that he went and saved her and that she'd probably be dead right now if he didn't risk his life going up to her house to save her from Kyle. And who else? What else happened? Eli contacts Max and they both state that they haven't heard from Sam. So Eli gives Max all of his info to get into the bunker by going through the Eisenhower building. And he says he wants a play-by-play of every step, every time he get through every little area, you know, he wants him to let him know and he told him to bring Bobby with him. So he calls Bobby and Bobby leaves out the hotel room and you see Lily is seen peeking through the bedroom door. Like, I don't know why she was peeking through there. She could have just laid in bed and heard that. But anyway, then there's Eli telling Simone what's going on, that they haven't heard from Sam. And she's like, oh, Lord, help us. And Eli's like, don't worry, it's going to be fine. But I don't think it's going to be fine. I'm concerned myself. We got Richard and Nancy. They cleaning up. They offered to clean up the dinner dishes. They told them to just sit there and they took the dishes into the, kitchen and stuff. And Sharon and Dale and Kareem are sitting there chatting, saying they probably in there talking about us or whatever. But he tells Sharon, they talking about, I don't know, little stuff or whatever. And all of a sudden he changes, this damn Kareem. He's like Barry. They get on my nerves with this mess. Everything is cool. And then y'all got to start some mess. And he starts saying, when all this is over, you need to get this stuff straightened out. You really need to, Sharon was just saying, I'm so glad you're okay. And they holding hands over the table and everything across the table. And she's like, oh, so happy. And he goes, you got to get all this mess taken care of or something like that. And she was like, I have already. She said, he's like, then why you keep coming over here? And poor Dale is just sitting there. And she said, oh no, we're not going to do this here. Yes, we are. We're going to do this right here because you always are. She said, no, we're not. She said, I'm going in the kitchen and help them. He said, they don't want you in that kitchen. They don't want you in that kitchen. She said, then you know what? I'm getting up from this table and I'm going upstairs. And so he went up, she was leaving to go upstairs, and Dale was looking at her, and he said, Dale goes, that cake sure was good. He said, what are you, high or something? Dale still talking about that cake. I said, I want a piece of that cake that Miss Nancy made, Lord. And then we got Hunter and Victoria. They arrived to the White House. They pull up in there. They're coming from the hospital. They get upstairs. He act like he's helping her up the stairs. As soon as nobody's looking, he pushed her behind. He pushed her. She fell into a chair, And she was like, what's wrong with you, you mother? What did he call you? Son of a B or something like that. He said, that's what you would be or something like that. Whatever she called him, he said, that's what you are. Freaking killing your freaking child. What is wrong with you? So all she's doing is sitting there acting like it ain't nothing. And she talking about notifying the press. And she got a real cute dresses that she can wear. And I was like, what? And Hunter's looking at her like, what is wrong with you? He's like, you're not bothered by any of this at all? And she said, by what? He's like, killing your son, idiot. And she said he killed himself. I just assisted him in what he wanted to do. And Hunter told her she was effing insane. And she's like, you keep saying that. And he was like, because it's true. And then it ended with Donald. He goes to visit Alan, and Donald threatens him. And then he notices the handbag on the couch. And I saw it before it happened. When he knocked, they should have told her. They both had enough time that when he knocked to hide, and she could have tiptoed and got her bag and hid. But she didn't. And so, like I said, Donald threatened him. And then he noticed the handbag on the couch. He asked if someone was there and of course, Alan said no. And that the handbag was Ellie's. She's like, really? He said, so if I open this bag and check it, I'll find ID with Ellie's in it. He said, here, take it. Go ahead, look at it. But Donald didn't. He changed his mind and said, okay, no problem. Because he started talking to him about trusting him and stuff like that. And why was he in his office? And did he move some stuff? And did he take pictures of anything? And Alan said no, and I don't recall him taking pictures of anything. I remember him going in there. Y'all let me know in the comment section if anybody remember seeing Alan taking pictures of anything on Donald's desk when he went in there that time. But anyway, Donald leaves, and he goes downstairs, and he tells Griffin that she's in the kitchen. And because the pot rang, the tea kettle, and he said, yeah, he makes tea. He needs it to help him sleep at night or something like that. He said, you want me to get it? He said, no, that's all right. I'll get it. So that way, that's how Donald knew somebody was in the kitchen. So he went downstairs and told Griplin, who was there, that she's in the kitchen and to kill both of them. So I'm sitting there going, how did he know that Priscilla was up there? I said, the only thing I could think of is that they saw her car, and her car might have been down there in the garage or somewhere on the street parked, and they saw it because they recognized it from being at the White House. So anyway, that's the way it ended. That's how the episode went down. Y'all let me know if I missed anything. Y'all let me know what y'all liked and didn't like. And I will see you in the next video. It's your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.